Hello and welcome to VChess. My name is Naiditsch, I'm a chess grandmaster and we continue with our educational streams. I will be playing 10-minute rapid games. We will see openings, middle games, endings, everything here on the channel. So join us for some chess action and of course, maybe to get some extra ideas for your own games. Let's see who will be our first opponent. We are still waiting to getting paired. First to say good evening to us in the chat is Max Burkhardt first. Max, welcome, Grand Minor. Only number 2, Mike Jones is number 3. Welcome everyone here to the stream. I hope you had a great day. For me, it's already evening time here in Dubai. So, our game here begins with the move e4. We are answering with the move c5. We have the f4, very aggressive way of playing, but usually the move d5, it is a way to counter this f4, e4 aggression. So we are playing the move d5. We have the move knight on c3. Well, what can I say about that? We can play, of course, the move d4. We can take on e4 also just great, because why not to take? Let's do something very simple. We will be taking on e4, and then let's see what happens after. So knight f6, something very simple, but also just it gives to black quite decent play. Knight on f2, this looks horrible. What is that? What is this knight on f2? Next, can we get immediately like very aggressive? I'm not sure in that, so let's just proceed with simple play like e6. So bishop on d6, targeting the f4 pawn. Welcome everyone here to our daily streams. Push the like button. In case you're not yet a subscriber, consider it. We have here daily streams, educational usually. We try to be a little bit better every day at the beautiful game of chess. Let's go. Bishop on b5 check. Alright, no problem. We're gonna defend with the bishop on d7 if he wants to take it with a thank you, because why is it so good for white? I don't understand that. We're taking back with a knight. We changed our bad bishop against quite a, I think, decent bishop there on f1. So we can be very happy currently with our position. Short castle. Before we do something, we will be castling short side. Queen on c7, targeting the pawn on f4. You see that the most moves are coming very natural here for black. Rook on d8. The rook is in the game. Next, we should bring our last piece to the game. The rook f8 is in the game. This is the way it goes. In case you have some questions, please do write your requests in the chat. In case I don't see your request, we have so many good people, good guys here in the chat that will be very helpful to you. Of course, in case you have some special requests, questions, etc., please consider becoming a member. I mean, you're getting a great chess content. To become a member, I especially put the price so small, so this would be just fair in my opinion. D takes e4, this is not a problem because we have the move e5. I'm considering playing this e5 immediately, or the move c4, maybe a little bit more aggressive, so let's go with the move c4. Because now the bishop is going to be active over c5. Now that we see the bishop d2, I think e5 is a must play, because so tempting to go with the move e5. And next, let's see if we can eventually play this check and take the pawn. Can we? Why not? Let's go. Let's give this check on b6 to the king. We are targeting the pawn on b2 next, and yeah, we try to get the pawn on b2. Good evening everyone. King on h1. So if I take, our opponent is gonna take the pawn on c4. We have this rook on c8 taking the pawn on c2. Is it worth it to try it out or not? I don't know, because there is some kind of queen on d5 idea. I don't know if we should do that. It's like 50-50 decision not so easy to take it, maybe more simple just to play this queen on c6. The queen is gonna do well on c6, targeting the pawn on e4. We have knight f6, knight on c5. Bishop on g5. I don't know why he wants us to play the move f6. Of course we do play the move f6. This is super weird, because what's the point for white to provoke the move f6? I don't know. Now simple b5. Of course we start to push here on the queen side. We are doing better. This is, I think, quite obvious, but the position is pretty close, so it is gonna be a long game. Let's get the knight on c5 with a tempo. e4 is under attack, and the simple bishop on c7. We are preparing to move a5. We would like to go bishop b6. We see that our knight on c5 doing clearly better than the knight on f3. Like an example, we might target the pawn e4. We would like to control the d file in case we can. So we have a couple of ideas here. All of this is pretty simple in my opinion, so we are not aiming for something very complex. We do the easy stuff. This move rook on c1 is the idea to play the move b4. It doesn't look so great to play the move b4. So not sure what it is. Let me go with the move rook on d7, because yeah, to double up on the only free file is not a bad idea. b4 indeed, but this is looking weird. So first of all, I can take, it's not so clear, but why to take? Knight a4. Knight a4 is looking good. We have the c3 idea. We have, in case of white c3, we're gonna get the knight on d3. We are controlling the d file now. All of that is looking, in my opinion, just so risky for white. There is no real counterplay here on the king side because it doesn't look dangerous. I think we are doing well. Let's see, of course, how the game will be developing, but at the moment, I would say that, yeah, we should be doing better. Step by step, and I see Avocado in the chat, also Hadi BM always here with us. Thank you very much, Hadi. Hadi is doing a great job here on the channel. Hadi is a big help, and don't joke with Hadi, he is just gonna block you. Hadi has no mercy. Hadi knows exactly how to block the people. So, Hadi and Avocado, of course. Avocado is also helping us very much. Avocado has sent already a couple of videos, very nice, you can check them out. And yeah, great community member, Avocado. Avocado is saying, I just played a simultaneous chess against the GM Nitzan Steinberg. Yes, I know the GM over the board. The knight survive for 34 moves. Ain't that good? I mean, it's the, I don't know, if he mates you with a queen up in 20 moves and you survive just 14, I mean, this would be not so good. But if he played a decent game, then of course you can be happy about it. He is a very strong GM. I remember him as a young boy, but now he got obviously a little bit older. He is a good player, he is a good GM, so if you played a good game, I think it's not about the amount of moves, but it's about how tense was your game. So in case it was tense, of course, this is very good. So bishop on b6, attacking the rook, rook on g2. That's alright, he's getting ready to play this move g4. Of course, I do see that, but let's double up here. On the d file, I guess something is going to fall. We have this idea of c3 followed by the move queen c4. First, let's go with the move h6. It's never bad to put the pawn on h6, in my opinion. And next, we will see. By the way, let me know in the chat, how do you like our playlist? Do you enjoy the music here on the channel? So, what happens in case I take the pawn on g5? I don't know, so I'm gonna take it. Our opponent sacrifices left and right, like it would be not his own pieces. Well, I don't know if this is a good idea, because even if he takes, we have this king f7. By the way, we have king f7 as well. Immediately, if bishop takes, we have the idea of knight on c3. Maybe he's hoping king f7 to take with a knight on g5 and to get some kind of tricky play. So we will not let him do that, because why to have the tricky play? So we have the move c3 as we planned, and the idea of queen c4 is looking powerful. c3 is not bad. We have the sacrifice here on d2, also very interesting, by the way, to sacrifice. So what should we do here? Or the king run, but I think we don't need it. I think this king run is not really needed. We have also this rook on d4, giving the exchange and trying to get a pawn on e4. So many ways to continue here with the black pieces. Hard to tell what is the best. I like this move c3. Maybe it is just personal, but I like the move c3. We are attacking the bishop on d2. We should be doing here very well with the black pieces. Maybe even we can keep the pawn, the extra pawn, but not 100% sure that with that we can. So this endgame is gonna be 100% better endgame for black. So let's just go for the endgame because it is just much better. We can maybe do something else, but endgame is good. When you see a much better endgame, then why not to go for it? So yeah, we take simple decisions. Usually simple decisions are the best, so take, he's gonna take the pawn on g5, probably. Yes, we have this kind of bishop e3 ideas, but we keep it for later, I guess. Even though it is a much better play for black, even after bishop on e3, because he has to take, he has nothing else that he is capable of doing. And I will be playing this king f7, because now we also threat to play rook on h8, so actually to open the h file, it was not only useful for white, in case he could keep the queens on the board, yeah, maybe it would be useful for white. Now it is also very useful for black. And should we give the check first? I don't know, because both is looking so good. Simple take is good. To check is also a good idea, so let me check him maybe first. Because why not? Why not to give him a check? I guess he wants to change the rooks, but black is obviously doing much better here. Maybe it is even a close to a winning position, because how to hold position like that with white pieces, I think it's a mission impossible. So we simply take the pawn now on f6. This is not the best situation you could have with the white pieces. And he is going for this rook on g6, so the question is, can I just finish the game by playing the move bishop on f2, because we're trying to get the bishop here on h4. Is there a way to protect the bishop on h4? I don't see a way to do that, so I think I'm gonna play it. It looks just like a win. I don't know, maybe I'm mistaken. He wants to take and take the pawn on e5, but it's still completely winning. So I think it is a win, but on the other hand, we have so many winning possibilities here with black. We can just play the simple way to defend the pawn on f6. It's also, I think, just completely winning. So we have to take a decision. Once again, we have to take a wise decision here to take something that for sure is winning. Let's calculate a little bit here. What should be 100% winning? This is not 100% winning because he takes and then he gives a check here. So this is not the best. Rook on d6. There is some kind of knight on e5 trick. We can go king on e7 now. This is a win, or to play this bishop on d8, which is also looking very good. On the other hand, to sacrifice exchange also looks like a win. So many good options. Which one should we take? I think to play here is the easiest way to finish the game, but I think this one. I think this one, because 95, this is, I think, just completely lost for white, so you cannot keep it. And next, my idea was to play this bishop on e3. He's gonna play this. We have also the check on d2, which is looking like a good check, but we have also this calm move for rook on g8 just to stay cool here, and it is a win. Yeah, let's go with a very safe rook on g8 move. So we are just having a much better position. Look at this beautiful rook on d2 coming next. Maybe first even knight on b2, and then we have the idea. Okay, first we play this one to protect the pawn on f6, just in case, and I think we should be winning very soon here, to my understanding. So let's go with the move for rook on d2, I think, or should we go with a rook on g8 also is completely winning. So I think this is a cool play. should be not a mistake, because he can never take the rook. We are simply taking it back, then comes c3, followed by the move knight on b2. And to my understanding, this should be a win. Let's see if I am correct. Let's hope that I am. Of course, I can make a mistake here. Mistakes do happen, but let's see. And of course, I will be answering your questions shortly, but at the moment when I'm busy playing little time, it's very, very difficult to read all your comments here in the chat. Let's see. Avocado wanted to ask also, if I join the seminar, what books do you suggest for me to take? It depends, Avocado. The best is, of course, contact us with your ideas, so I can suggest you. For example, if you would say to me, like, I feel I need to solve more tactics, or for example, I would like to learn some new openings or positional ideas. So it's not only my idea, it is as well how you feel. It is very, very important that you try to estimate what you do best, what you would love to learn. It is not only what I think, it is also as well what you feel you need. So it is much, much easier to suggest you something, Avocado, in case you are telling, like, I feel like I need a little bit more of that or of this. And then it's easier to suggest you. So you need to let us know. Alright, let's see what happens now on the chessboard. We came with this rook on d2 sacrifice. Our opponent is taking his time, and of course he needs to take his time because there is this rook e2 coming next, and it is a game over because the e4 pawn is going to fall, or c2 pawn is going to fall, so something is going to fall. He is considering, should I take the rook on d2 or should I not take? I think because he considers the idea for that much. Probably he is going for it, because yeah, he is going for it because he saw it for so long. Wow, what is happening here? What happens if I play the move knight on c3 followed by d1? Is there something that I'm missing? I don't know. Is it not just a win, or this is weird because d1 next? How to stop the move d1 from happening? What is the idea of our opponent? I don't know. Bishop takes f6, but what is the idea behind it? So we just take. It looks like he just got upset. He saw no defense, he sacrificed, and yes, it's gonna be a win. So we have a win in our first game of the stream today. I think it was quite an interesting game. Step by step we advanced, we got solid here, and yeah. It looks like a win in the first game. Indeed, we are playing always a rematch against fair opponents. Here's Heinz, he doesn't bang the moves, so he doesn't try to flag us, so I offer him a rematch. And yes, we have a rematch, so I like to play people who are fair at the chessboard. I remember 20 years ago, we always been so fair at the chessboard. When you faced this great grandmasters, I remember the feeling like first time I played somebody like Kramnik, Anand, the big guys. You are trying really not to disturb them, you try to be very, very fair at the board. I don't know, this is some kind of special feeling that you have, that you would like really to focus just on chess, you don't bang the clock, etc, etc. Now the chess has changed so much, but back then it was very, very fair game. So we have very weird opening by our opponent. What is that? Knight on d7 followed by the move c5. I don't know if this is a good play. It looks just weird. We can play c3, I think a little bit better for white, because the knight on d7 is not in best shape, to call it softly. Or I can go as well with a just short castle, and it is a slightly better play for white, because again the knight on d7 is just poorly positioned. I don't know what is better, maybe just c3 to keep the center. Knight on d7 not doing too well. Alright, let's castle short side. Here we have quite a typical position. These positions are usually between equal and very, very little bit better for white. Very, very small advantage here for white. Next a4 is quite typical here because we go with a move knight on a3 next. Let's go, let's go, let's go. What do we have here in the chat section? Of course, in case you have some important questions, write them down and please mark your questions, otherwise I cannot see them. And let me read for a second what we have. I see also Carboner here with us. Last time we played a game, I think. All right. Let's go. H6. Whoa, what is the idea? G5? Is it good play? Not sure. Let's just get out with our knight to A3. We would like to get the knight on B5, potentially. How does the move H6 helps our opponent? That's currently a mystery to me. I am really not sure. How does it help? I don't know. What we should do here is usually the moves like knight on e5, quite typical, very, very solid. Now that we have the knight on a3, we try to be like a little bit better. Knight on e5, of course, is not a must play. I could have gone maybe first with a move rook on c1 to even check first like what happens next. If our guy really wants to play the move g5, or he just pretends that he wants to play the move g5. He wants to play the move e6. Wow, a little bit strange play, but let's see. Knight on d3. I would like to attack the pawn on c5. In case he goes c4, that's okay. And in case he takes on d4, I have this bishop d6 somewhere. In case I need it, still the bishop on c8 is pretty bad, so I'm trying to get a play against the bishop on c8. Let's see if I manage. If I manage, it's gonna be a little bit better for white. If not, maybe black is gonna be fine, but I think white is completely out of risk of being worse in the current position. So we are trying to get a little better. And of course, it is a very, very safe game. Now the question is, what is he planning against bishop d6 and just taking the pawn on c5? Is there something I'm missing? Because sometimes we are missing some ideas, of course. This is absolutely normal, but at the moment, I don't know what is he planning to do against it. Is there something? Not clear to me. Let's go. Let's go with the move bishop on d6. And let's take the pawn on c5, because I understand he might get some counterplay, but is it really worse to give the pawn? This is a question. So I will be taking now the pawn. So we are enjoying currently being pawn up. Black is gonna have some counterplay. Yes, bishop pair somewhere, but is it enough for being a pawn down? Not sure, not sure. Let's see, of course, how the games will be developing. So by the way, there are no comments regarding the music. We have a new playlist. How do you like the actual playlist? If you don't like my comments, at least you might like the music. 2 in 1. Like a guarantee that the stream makes fun. The stream has 3 things: the game, my comments, and the music. 2 out of 3. Not bad, not bad. So, what can we do next? Our opponent is considering probably how to win the pawn or something. No, we have this kind of calm queen on c7. Should I push with the move b4 or should I play this knight on d3 back? I think he wants to go e5, but I think it's better for white. By my understanding, we are doing slightly better. The idea probably after b4 is something tricky like this, but then we have queen on d4. There's kind of e5. Not sure. It's like it should be better, but it's never 100%. This is the issue. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's play the safe games. The knight is doing not so well, so let's bring the knight next into the game. Or maybe we'll be able to play something like c4, but then the bishop here on g7 gets very, very good. So I don't think c4 is the right play. I think first let's bring the knight and let's try to be very, very solid. After that, we will see what we do next. Rook here is doing well, but we get the knight back, so... Knight on c2, the knight on d3 is defending the pawn on b2. Everything is under control. We have the move e4 coming next, potentially. Is it dangerous? I don't know, but let's play the move a5. Never bad to have the knight on b4 attacking the pawn on a6. Black has some counterplay, but once again, not sure it is enough. Welcome, good evening to Creative here again with us. Creative is very often here, great VChess member. And welcome to Pro, very difficult to spell, Prabhakaran. Whoa, this is hard to spell, man. So, let's go. Who is your favorite player? There's a question. Bean also here with us. Bean, you're late. Bean is always top 3 to say hello, but this time you're late, Bean. Actually, my stream is late, but anyway, Bean is not in the top 3. Bishop on b7. Should we get the knight on b4 from c or the knight from d? I don't know. Maybe the knight from d. A6 pawn is pretty weak. Next, we might put the knight on e3, but he's putting very well the pieces. This is a good play by our opponent. He's aiming for the d4 push somewhere, so we have to be very cautious with the move d4. I believe let's play the move e3 to avoid this d4 push. h5, also good play by our guy here. He plays very good chess. Queen on e2, attacking the pawn on a6. Still, it's not an easy game for black. Being pawn down is never easy, because you really have to prove that there is something for the pawn. In case you can't, then it's a problem. This move d4 available somewhere, or it is just a threat that is not dangerous? I don't know. This kind of h4 play... Okay, it's not like very dangerous, so we can go with the move h3, g4. We can also wait for the move h4, I think. Let's get the rook on d1, should be not a bad idea. And then let's see next. But this game, he plays very strong. He plays a very good game. Let's go with the move h3, just to wait. It is a waiting game. We cannot do immediately something, but we are getting ready. First of all, to avoid this h4 play, because now g4 is coming. He is aiming for the d4, but it's going to be very difficult to play the move d4. Now we have the knight on c2, so to play d4 very hard. On the other hand, it's also not easy for white to break through, but it is a pawn-up position, so we will be trying. We will be trying to find a way to break through here. Maybe at some point we're gonna play the move knight on e1. Okay, here g4, clearly this is what we said, h4, g4. He goes away with the knight, so d5 is getting a little bit weaker than before. This c4 idea, maybe, not sure. Knight is getting to g5. Is it dangerous to us? What do you think? What should we play here? Is it time to play the move c4? It looks too dangerous to play the move c4. I don't like it. So personally, I will not play it because I don't like that. Knight is getting to g5, but then we have this f4 idea, so this is fine. He wants to take and control the e file. Okay, we understand what he wants. Now the question is, what do we want? And we would like to play... I don't know, this f4 play is looking very tempting, but we should wait for the guy to play the move and knight on g5. I think it is too early to play it now. Maybe also later it's not the best. I don't know. I don't know what to play. Something like f3 is looking very ugly. It's a possible play, but it's just a very ugly play, so I don't like this kind of f3 play. Not looking great. Okay, maybe let's go first with the move knight on e1, so we get the knight on f3. To change pieces, not a bad idea when we are a pawn up. I'm just a little bit scared to get this d4 somewhere. I don't know if it works, because it doesn't look like it is working. I think we should be fine after the move d4, but in theory this move d4 might be very dangerous. So yeah, Move by move, let's see what happens. Our guy is playing a great game. We have to see how to fight in this position. We have a great knight on b4, so I think we should not move the knight. Queen on c5, he's getting ready to play the move d4. I'm sure that he wants to play the move d4, and now I feel it. Maybe actually he doesn't, but it feels like he wants. Now knight on f3, because we can also get the knight on d3, but to go knight on d3 I don't like it, because where do we go? To play e4 makes sense, maybe, but why not to go with a move a knight on f3? This is a little bit strange to put the queen on c5, because there is always this knight on d3, and maybe he just missed the move a knight on d3, or he wants to go queen c4, but I don't know if this is possible. Is it? Maybe. Maybe it is a very, very good play by our opponent, but this is so weird. Very strange play. What should we play next? He cannot do much. This is good, but how can we do something? We should be doing very, very well now. Just this move d4 is crucial, because it is a little bit dangerous. I think maybe I should go away for the moment, just to see what happens next, because I'm a little bit afraid of d4. Yeah, here we go with the move d4. The game is getting crazy, but I think it should be crazy, but quite good for white. So it's like crazy good. Next, can we go knight here? Where is the queen going? I don't know. I think we can. Is it a must play? It's not a must play. I think we can also just take twice. Take with a knight, take. He takes d4, we go like knight on d3. This is also alright, but why not to play the move knight on d3 immediately? Queen is under attack. We would like to win the pawn on e5. In case we win the pawn, this must be more or less game over. But our guy is playing unbelievably good game. Can we just take the pawn? Is it possible? I think so, because I don't see what is his plan. Is it just a win? We take. I don't know. I don't see any kind of defense here for black. Now the queen on b5 is under attack, so in case he takes, I'm gonna take on b5. And this looks like a winning position now for white, but we had a tough game. He played so well. He played really, really well. He goes to the move d3. Yes, this is maybe the best chance, so he continues playing excellent game. We have this knight on d4 now. Little tactics. Is it working? It looks working, so yes, this looks working. We are attacking the queen. If the queen takes, we're gonna take the bishop on b7, so we just won the pawn. The pawn on d3 is going to fall. It would be basically a game over. So after a positional play, always a lot of tactics. So this is what I mean. In case you would like to improve and get to the next level, do tactics. Chess is a game of tactics. If you are not very good in calculation, it's very hard to make progress. So first comes tactics, and afterwards, of course, positional understanding. You have to get the feeling for the pieces, etc., etc. But without tactics, nothing works. Let's see, if I would not see the move knight on d4, it would be just bad. Or maybe I made a miscalculation, but I think I did not. So let's see if I made a miscalculation. This would be also possible. I thought it's good for white, but maybe I made a miscalculation. Let's see. Everything is possible here. Chess is such a complex game. There is no guarantee for nothing. At the moment, I think that my calculation been fine, but let's see. Let's see what happens next. I think he has to take the knight on d6. I don't think he has something else. Bishop h3. Wow. This is crazy tactics here on the board, but why is it such a good play? I think I'm capable of just taking here on f7. I take. And next we're gonna collect the bishop here. He is really playing left and right. Not bad. Let's go with the move king here. Let's get the bishop on h3. If we get the bishop, it is a game over. So he gives us the bishop. He misses the knight h6 idea. Now it is a check. It is a fork. And that's it. Very, very tricky guy. We're playing against a very, very, very tricky guy. But it was a bad luck for him that nothing been working. But some other game, it could have been completely different. So this time we are doing well in the tactics, and it is a win obviously because it is just a rook up position here. So our opponent resigns. Very interesting game. Maybe let's offer another game to the same guy, because it was funny game, great tactics, also very good play by the guy in my opinion. And it seems like no, he doesn't like to play us any longer, so no problem. Let's go with the next opponent here in the evening stream. In case you're enjoying my comments, push the like button. Consider subscribing to our educational channel. We have the move c4 being played. Let's go with the move knight on f6. And let me read what will we have here in the chat. Let me see for a second if we had some kind of cool questions that maybe I have missed. Not yet, I think, but maybe I have missed. There are too many things in the chat. Very difficult. I try to comment as good as I can. I try, of course, to play the games at least a little bit decent. It's very hard to comment and to play simultaneously, so, and to read. All right. Creative is saying I do blunder and blunder. Yeah, I mean creative. Everyone is blundering and blundering. It's not just you. f4, very sharp line against the King's Indian defense. We answer also with a very, very critical line with a move c5 and e6, one of the most critical lines. In case you see this line with a move f4, you know that c5 and e6 is definitely something that you should be checking. Our opponent is taking his time before playing the next move. This is weird. Why to take your time? Because it is a main line. Okay, let's wait for the next move. But this is strange. When you're playing the move f4, usually you're checking on the line c5, e6 because it's one of the main lines. So in case you would like to play this kind of opening, I mean, you have to get ready to be well prepared because the game is just so crazy here. Our guy is thinking. Unusual, very unusual. Already a minute spent. Okay, he plays very normal knight on f3. Okay. Knight on d2 also quite quick. What is going on with our guy? Such a strange play because he sought for so long before playing something normal now. It could be a little bit harder. He plays very, very quick. Very, very strange play, but a6, quite typical. Would like to play the move b5. In case we get the move b5, we are doing well. a4 is correct. So we go rook on b8. b5 is an idea of black. So problem with the move knight on d2 now that the knight is defending, of course, upon on e4, but knight belongs to c4. And this might take a little bit of time to get the knight on c4. Queen on c2. Very solid, but I don't know. I don't like very much the move queen on c2, to be honest. But maybe it's a good play. Let's see. Let's see. Should I sacrifice here as a pawn? Maybe a bit too early. Maybe this is just a little bit too early. So let's go with the move h5. This is quite typical play, h5. I don't think it's a very great play, but it's normal play. Idea is to get this h4 and potentially get knight on h5, and then we go to g3 somewhere. Not immediately, but somewhere. Should we play the move h4? Because his main idea should be knight on c4, so I think we're gonna see it. and then he would like to play the move f5 at some moment. This is usually what are the key ideas here for white. Maybe we should get more conservative play with the move knight on h7. Now we have indeed the move knight on c4, and this is an important place. In this position, I believe we should always play the move knight on b6, so please pay attention in case you're playing the structures with black. This kind of King's Indian or Benoni structures. Knight c4, knight on b6, this is autoplay. In case we manage to change the piece, it's usually something good for black. The bishop on g7 is very, very good. Computers usually say black is just doing horribly in these positions, but the actual results in practical games are quite good for black, so very, very playable. So what do we have in the chat? Yes, Avocado saying only 29 likes, yeah. Avocado is a very powerful community member. If Avocado says something, he is not joking. So, of course, we're taking now on c4, we have this b5 idea. But first, let's get bishop on d7, so we are having the threat of playing the move b5, which is very, very logical. We should think what we do is a knight on h7, not a perfect position for the knight. He lets me play the move b5, okay. Of course, I do play the move b5. I'm not being asked twice for playing the move b5. I do it immediately, obviously, and b4 also immediately, because this is the way it goes. We have the powerful bishop, so we play the move b4. Usually b3 should be played very, very soon. Let's see if we can get the pawn on e4, actually. b3. Is it already not a win for black? Look how quick it can go in this Benoni or King's Indian structures. We're pushing a little bit, and already we are eating the material of white. Boom! And the game is almost over. How quick was that? This is how it goes in the King's Indian. No jokes allowed when you're playing King's Indian. You're not here to joke, so we are eating now the bishop, and bishop takes b2. Also, this is very, very typical. This kind of exchange sacrifice is absolutely normal in the structures because the pawns are walking. We are doing extremely well here with black. Much better for black here. Still, the position remains relatively spicy. We should play a good game, but this kind of sacrifice on e3, what could be more typical for a King's Indian or Benoni structures? Very, very normal. This bishop on b2 is so powerful. I don't see any kind of counterplay at the moment for my opponent. It means, yeah, good news, because no counterplay. It means the pawns will be walking forward. So let's see what we can do next. Knight on c3 makes sense, of course. We have this option of queen on f6. The knight would go here. Queen on d4, actually, it's a beautiful way to change the queens. I think it is a win for black, but maybe even we have something more simple like the move, for example, queen on a5 or queen e8, because every endgame is just a win for black here. Still, I like somehow to play the move queen on f6. I don't know, maybe it's just me that I like this very much, but... So, queen on f6 or queen on a5. Two options, both are looking very, very good. I think I'm gonna play the move queen on f6 because I think it is just game over straight away. So, queen on f6, you will see a beautiful idea now in case of knight e4. And I guess he is going to play the move knight e4, yeah. And now look at the next move by black. I think it's quite beautiful. Queen on d4, how do you like that? Let me know in the chat if you like the idea queen on d4. In case he takes, we will be taking with the bishop, so we have here the pin. Obviously, this endgame is easily winning for black. And in case he plays rook e1, we're still gonna take, and then we play the move bishop d4. So, in my view, it is just a game over after queen on d4. So, Queen on d4 is looking good. It's not easy now for our opponent to play literally anything here. How to recover the after Queen on d4, King on f2. Wow, he is very creative player. We have to admit that this is creativity to the highest degree. But now I think we are just taking, and the pawns should be walking. I don't know if I should play the move bishop on d4 because he's gonna take, of course, but this is looking like a win. But it looks like it is already not enough in this position. It feels like we should be completely winning here. So we're aiming for more. On the other hand, it is a win, win is a win, so is it worth it to try to win somehow differently? I don't know, maybe just this simple rook on b6 also feels so good because there is no real counterplay, there is no real anything, so I like the move for rook on b6. Why is a rush? There is no rush here with the black pieces. We have the bishop pair, we have the c4 idea which is coming next, so he is provoking us into playing the move c4. I don't know why he's doing that. This feels a little bit strange. Also we can play first the move f5. So the knight is getting on d2, we give this check, it is also just a game over, so I don't know, but not to play c4 would be weird. Let's go with the move c4. We're connecting the pawns. Rook on b1, wow. Very tactical guy here. He is a good fighter. We have to admit that he is fighting very, very well in a difficult position, so this is good. How can we win the game in the easiest way? Because of course I can do something else, but I think bishop on g7, just let's keep this beautiful bishop alive for a little bit more. I think this is the easiest way to finish the game. Bishop just on g7. The rook is not running away from us. At least I hope so. He continues sacrificing, and maybe it's time to take, no? It is eventually time to take here. Or is it still not time to take? We can also play first the move f5. So I think we should play first f5, or maybe just to play this rook on b4. Also looks very, very good, but then the pawn is going to fall. It is a win, but it's not like super clean win, because I would like to win the game like in a very, very nice and clean way. I don't know if we will manage to win the game in a nice and clean way, but let's try. So let's go with the move f5 here. First we attack the knight, and let's see where the knight is gonna go. So the knight goes on c3. Next I saw that maybe rook on b4 just to keep the bishop here. Is it a win or not yet? Somehow we should be winning, but he is fighting so well. But I think rook on b4, maybe not a bad idea. Or should we just take? He's gonna take, we play b2. Also looks like a winning position, but I think why not to play the move rook on b4 first? He's sort of a little bit paralyzed, yeah? I mean, the bishop here is so good. So the bishop is doing a fantastic job paralyzing everything. Still, we need to win the game, and still it is not easy. Next, he will be taking the pawn on c4. I think the time has come to eat, because we are hungry here. And next, we should bring the knight back into the game. I think it is a win, but let me double check, because it's easy to make a mistake here. I think it is a win, or it's not a win. This would be terrible if this is not a win, but I think it is a win. So I think knight f6 is winning. Because in case he takes, I play the move b2. This is what I thought, and I thought that it's a game over. Because very difficult to play a move now with the white pieces. What do I do with the white pieces here? In case he goes here, we will be playing bishop on b5. So he has to play, I think, king on d3, and nothing else is available there. But now I saw that I have just h4, and it is a game over. Let's see if we are correct, because I think I have knight h5. I'm gonna take everything away here. And it is over. So yeah, we can do that. We can also play the move bishop b5. Also looks like a win because we take, we take. Yeah, this is a win for sure. But on the other hand, why not to go knight on h5? Is it not immediately game over? Here, this is what we wanted. We wanted to grab the pawn on f4, so we're proceeding with our idea. On the other hand, yeah, maybe I should have gone bishop b5, maybe even easier, but hard to say, hard to say. So we go back, of course. And we take. This is obviously a winning position for black. What is that? Ah, now I understand. Now I understand what he wants, but alright, let's go with the move g5 to be very, very sure. We are completely winning here with the black pieces, because this structure is just a winning structure. To survive here with white is not possible. We have to play good chess now to win, I think. Yeah, let's go here first. King on g7. This is fine because we bring the king here and it should be a game over. With a structure like this, you can never make a draw. So we are just advancing. It should be a very easy win in normal circumstances. Now we have a little bit time pressure here, so it will be a little bit more harder to win the game, but we should be able to manage that. Let's see, of course, how the game is going to develop. Still, it is always a fight. Chess is a tough game. Chess is a very, very tough game. Can we get the king on e5? This would be just a game over. We should be able to do that, but it might take us some effort, so let's see what happens next. Our opponent is taking his time. He's searching for some tricks. Yeah, why not? This makes sense. He has to find a trick, otherwise it is a game over. So he lets me play this rook b4, rook a4. And he continues with this very strange and tricky play. Now let's go here. Why I didn't give him a check, by the way. Let's see what is going to happen next. We are so close to win the game. So close. And next we are moving up. Now something is going to fall here very, very soon. So he plays, let's go here. Is there still a chance for our guy? We are running. If we get to g3, how to save the game? There is no way to save the game once the king is here. So this is just a complete game over, but we have to be very, very cautious. As we know, chess is a crazy game. One mistake and yeah, the things might turn. Let's go. Do we have to worry about something? Because we are just promoting the pawn next. And obviously this will be just a game over, but so little time on the clock. So this is the only worry for us in this position, that we have this kind of little time. So let's go here. Let's get the pawn on g2. The pawn is almost there. And our opponent wants to trick us. Will he be able to trick us? Just 29 seconds, but usually 29 seconds is enough. Yeah, he resigns. He sees no chance of doing something to us here, so step-by-step game. Of course, I should have played quicker, not to get into this kind of bullet play, but all in all, not a bad game, no? What do you think, guys? Step-by-step, we did it, step-by-step. Next game, let's go with the move e4. No, he doesn't like to play us, so he just quits the game. Strange. Let's search for a new opponent. Alright. What do we have in the chat? Ah, this is the same guy. We played him already, but okay. Let's go. If there's nobody else, let's go with the crazy move h4 and h5 just for fun. This is not the best, I can tell you, to 100%. This is nonsense on a high level, but here, rapid games, everything is possible, so this feels like just a normal game. So let's play this kind of normal chess game, maybe d3, because I would like to go with the move h6 next, in case I can. Still, black is doing absolutely fine in this position. It is not like white is doing better, because I don't think white is doing better. Just it is a crazy play, and it's quite funny. Usually we play quite conservative openings, conservative chess, but time to time we can do something funny, and this looks like something funny, no? To have the pawn on h6, he goes back with the bishop. This is alright. Now c4, we will get the knight on c3, so pretty normal play, just there is a pawn on h6. Is it good? Is it bad? I don't know. I think it's pretty okay for white, so this is just a normal game here, just the beginning of a normal play. Now we should consider different options, and maybe let's continue playing this crazy game. Let's go with the move c5. I would like to see how is he doing being under pressure. So we are pushing on the guy. We will have this queen on b3 idea somewhere. Let's see how the game is gonna develop. He wants to take with the bishop eventually on d6. Is it so? Not sure that actually he wants to take with the bishop. Maybe he wants. Maybe not. Hard to say. Okay, let's double check. If he takes with a pawn or bishop, he takes with a pawn without any kind of hesitation. Okay. Next, we have this knight on g5 idea in connection with the move queen on b3. It can be tricky. But first we should get out with a bishop, I think, because without bishop on g2 it doesn't feel like we have enough of attack. Now we should maybe play the move queen on b3, so I don't let him castle so easily here. I guess he will find a way to castle, but still, let's see. Oof, d5, everything is gonna be under attack. Is it the right play for black? So risky. So risky. Let's go bishop g2. So now everything is under attack here. Maybe it's a great play, but it might be also a very bad decision. So one of those. Let's see how the game is going to develop. Can we get to the d5 pawn? So for example, knight on g5, there is some kind of knight on d4 idea. So this is not the best. In case we go bishop g5, I think he wants to play knight on a5. We go here. This is looking very interesting, but I'm not 100% sure, so we could try it. Okay, let's try it. I'm just very interested if he's going to play the move e4. So we're gonna take. Very crazy play here. very difficult to say if it is working or it is not working, because so many tricks. This bishop g5, e4 idea. If we take, he takes. If we take, he takes. This is a problem. Then he promotes with a tempo, so we should not let it happen. On the other hand, we have this long castle idea with something insane going on. I don't know. I don't know if this is a good play or a bad play, this bishop g5 now. Very, very difficult to estimate. We are playing a rapid game, so there is not much time to think about it. Also, knight on g5. It looks like a good play to me, to my understanding. We have still this e4 idea somewhere. He was gonna play knight on d4, of course, first. But then we just go away and we have the e3 idea. I don't know. Let's castle first. Let's castle first, then let's see, because it felt good to play this bishop g5 or the knight on g5, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's see, let's see. We have also here Nayap with us, also a great member of our chess community. I see Nayap. Welcome everyone to our educational stream, to our evening stream. Knight on a5, but he plays without thinking. How is it possible that he is not thinking at all? This is weird. Okay, let's go back, I think. Now the pawn on e5 is under attack. Let's see. This whole stuff might fall apart, because once the position of black is falling apart, this is gonna be a disaster. Now e4, he lets me play the move knight on d4. Is it a good decision? Because I can also take and put the knight on g5, which is also looking pretty good for white in my opinion, but the game of course is still remaining crazy. So very, very difficult to estimate. Better, not better. Who is better? Not easy to say. Maybe we should go... It's like not sure. It feels like it should be very, very good for white now, but not sure. Okay, let's go with the move knight on d4. I don't think it's a bad play. Usually it's good to have the knight here in the center. He plays knight on c6. So what is the idea? Let me take now. He wants to take, or... But this is tricky. I don't know. Let's go. Let's take the pawn on e4. I would like to see what he takes. He takes with a f pawn, but now the structure is not doing well. I don't know. I think he's risking a lot. By the structure, the things are so tricky. In my understanding, again, I might be wrong on this position because it's pretty tactical. But to leave the pawn on d5 like that under attack. Also, he's banging out the moves without thinking. How is it possible to play like that? What is going on with our opponent? He's playing instantly. This is crazy. I think I will be taking here on e7 first. He gives me the pawn on d5 also. But how is it possible to play like that? What is this? I don't believe that this queen g5 idea can be dangerous towards white. Is it possible to play the way he plays? Also, he's playing without thinking that he doesn't need time. Why to think? I don't know. Okay, I think we should... I don't know, should we go like bishop on h3? But this is a chicken play. Do we need to play already like a chicken? I don't know, because it's so weird how to defend here. It must be a good position for white. I mean, I'm extremely sure in that. I'm very, very sure, but how to prove it? This knight here is so annoying. Also, he plays immediately. I don't know. I don't know. We have to, of course, check a little bit on the guy, because how to play this kind of moves immediately, I don't know. Or he is just bluffing completely, or he is a genius, so... I think... What should we do here? Okay, to play a move like queen on d2, this is chicken move, but I don't see a fighting move. This is a problem. I think I'm gonna play it, because I don't think I can do something else. This is a problem. I think this knight on d5, it was not working, but this is crazy. This is crazy. I don't know. I don't know who we are playing with, because earlier... No, but he's playing just at tempo all the moves. This is a crazy guy. How is he doing that? But what happens in case I take? I just don't understand this. e3, I take there. He's gonna play king h8, and this is good for black, or what? This is crazy. This is just insane. Okay, let me take on d5, because... or can I take on c6? Okay, I think I can take here. I can take the pawn on d5. I believe so, but I think I also could take on f2, because it must be completely winning for white. I completely didn't expect this rook on f2. This is insane. This is crazy. So he takes, we take back. No, how can we do something here? Because it's like a checkmate everywhere. So I saw that queen f4 is winning, but let me double check if this is really winning, because the guy is taking. We're gonna play e3, he takes, it's a checkmate. Is there something? I don't think though. I think queen f4 wins. Is it win? I don't see a defense. I don't see a defense, but I don't know. We're playing against a beast, because he plays without any thinking. But how is it possible? How is it possible not to think even a little bit before playing a move? Just a little bit of thinking, just to pretend that you are a little bit of thinking. I saw e3 and it is game over, because we have this kind of checkmates here. Is it a game over? If it is a beautiful game, but our opponent, this is crazy, playing instantly. This is just crazy. We might be winning now after this e3 move, but what kind of crazy tactics on the board. But I have no idea how he was able to play this kind of moves instantly. Because I think it deserved a lot of calculation, especially this rook f2 and queen on e7, queen g5, just crazy. Bishop on f5, what? What is that? He gives us just a queen. Okay, now he resigns. Okay, I don't know. Very, very crazy opponent from Hungary, I think, yeah? Yeah, from Hungary or from somewhere, I don't know. Very, very strange play, like super weird play. I don't know. To play so fast in all this crazy complications. This is insane. This is just crazy. So let's go with the next one. Let's see who will be playing next. For the moment, we are doing well here in our games, but yeah, this has been the last game. So tough. I mean, so complex. C5. the French defense, the closed French defense. So we have also here with us Validorer. Validorer, welcome, our community member. I don't remember you talking a lot, but welcome here to our Witches family. We have a great chat, of course, great people. I feel so happy about it because mostly you see at the chat of streams and the chat is like horrible, but here we have great chat, and yeah, I'm feeling very happy about it. And also strong chess players here. That is great. We have the move a3 after bishop on d7. I don't know if this is a great play because it allows me to play this c4 idea. Usually after a3, black is playing the move c4, so the sense of that is that there is no more b3, and we have the knight on a5 coming next. So this is usually, I don't know, I think white is usually not playing it, to my understanding. So here comes the knight. Knight is on a5, and the problem is, in case you go knight on d2, then this bishop on c1 and the rook on a1 are pretty stuck. And in case you're not going knight on d2, the question will be, what do you play to avoid the move knight on b3? This is the issue with, so knight on d2, been played, this is normal. And next week, just get the knight on f5, this will be something normal. Let's see what happens next, but this is the usual problem with the move a3. In case you see French closed with the move a3, you have this c4 play. And yeah, positions are a little bit unusual here. But I think that's very fighting positions, so big fight. Big fight on the chessboard. I see a very funny comment. I am on a 40 game losing streak. 40. Time to win some games. Maybe here you are gonna learn some tricks on the stream, so you're gonna be winning. Time to get back from the 40 game loss streak. Knight on c8, by the way, what is the idea? It is quite typical because we get a knight on d6 with the idea bishop on a4. And look at the queen here. The queen might get trapped. How do you like this move? Knight on c8, knight on b6. Quite nice, no? Of course, this is not my idea here, but this is something that is quite famous. It's very rarely today that you are able to find any kind of new ideas. Usually you're just repeating what the big guys are doing, and you hope that you'll be doing as well quite good, because the big guys, they know what they're doing. a4. a4 is now a weakness, and this weakness on a4 is going to fall, so I think we're doing very well now. Usually we should not allow the guy to play the move h6, but I think currently it doesn't really matter, so we go with the move bishop on c6 with the idea queen on d7. We are targeting the pawn on a4, obviously. I think at some moment he will be playing the move b4, so he cannot stand forever with this kind of setup. All right. I see a request, GM versus GM. Yeah, the problem is that there are no GMs playing the 10-minute rapid games. This is the issue. No GMs here. And in case Blitz games, Blitz are just too fast to comment, then the stream would make no sense. So, yeah, a little bit problematic with the GM versus GM. But we already played a couple of games against the GM here on the stream. I think we played in total 3 games, if I remember correctly. So sometimes it happens, but usually there are no GMs playing 10-minute rapid games for obvious reasons. What to do? It is the way it is. Our opponent is considering what to do next against the move queen on d7 and the win of the a4 pawn. And indeed, not easy to defend the pawn on a4 next. This is going to be a difficult task. king is doing pretty well here on e8. In most of the cases against the h5 play, we should go with the move h6, but at the moment I think we don't need it. That's alright. What is the reason why people are not playing 10 plus 0? No, GM's playing 10 plus 0. Okay, first of all, the game takes quite long. And the second reason, there's too much cheating. It is so easy to cheat, and also we're facing a lot of opponents that are, let's say, to call it softly. That's why no GMs are playing the 10-minute rapid games. Queen on c2, what could be the idea of that? I don't know. Let's go queen on d7. Let's get the pawn on a4. Bishop on d1. Wow. I would never think of this. That's funny, no? That white is completely focused on defending the pawn on a4. So white is paralyzed because there's nothing white can do here except defending the pawn on a4 with all the pieces here. Bishop d1. Everything is stuck. That's funny. That's funny. Of course, it's still not a winning position for black, so the fight goes on. But yeah. Next, bishop e7. Then maybe we bring the king to c7. And at some moment we're gonna play the move f6. And I think we will be doing great. So we have quite a nice song now going on here. How do you like the background music? I like it. Sometimes I am not listening myself to the music when I'm talking, but when I talk a little bit less, I can hear the music playing. Friendly music. Friendly music. This is good. Alright. Let's see what happens next. Yeah, not easy to play online rapid chess. Yeah, too many people are not playing very fair, but I think we should just not care about it. That's the thing, we should ignore that. This is part of the game. We cannot avoid it, we can do nothing with it, so we should just ignore it and focus ourselves on playing some cool games. Rook on h3, rook on g3 coming next. Attacking the pawn on g7. Okay, we can always go back, so this is not dangerous. We should get, I think, our king first to c7. This would be the first plan. Let's get the king on c7. I think the king is well positioned there. I will be just going back for the moment. This is not a problem because still it is a very positional game, so we have a lot of time. We should try to think how can we win in this position. It's not so easy because we're doing very well, but how to win it? Maybe at some moment we should play the move knight on b3, but I don't know when is the moment to do that. I don't think white is capable of doing much here. So we get the king here. Maybe next we're gonna play the move a6. It's useful. And then we're gonna think if we can potentially sacrifice on a4. I don't like it so much. So let's first put the king on c7. Alright, this is for sure useful, so that's fine. Next, maybe we should go for the f6 idea. This is possible. What else do we have? Let me know what do you think should be here the winning idea for black. It feels like we have a very, very good position, but it's still not a winning position. The knight is going somewhere. I don't know where, so let's go with the move a6. He is moving the knight, but where is the knight going to? I think we should be able maybe to play the move f6. Let's go with the move f6. Looks fine. Looks fine to play the move f6. So There's a question in the chat, sir. Do you recommend book to read for intermediate chess player around 1500, 1800 ELO? Thank you. You can check out our web store. We have very, very nice books. Also, some of the books are made by Grandmaster Balok Chaba and me with it. Good books. The books are made almost without any kind of engine help. So the books are very, very good because they're human. These are human suggestions, and I think it's very, very available because mostly what we have now is just engine. Engine says this, engine says that. So what if you are always following the engine? You will never be able to play, for example, King's Indian, because the engine tells you it's already plus 0508 just on move 7. That's why, yeah. Alright. Let's see. What else do we have in the chat? Avocado is saying, do you think, yeah, if Levy is gonna become a GM? I don't know, Avocado. I am, to be honest, not following very much Levy because, and I've never been. He is doing super good in the streaming, but he as a chess player, I don't know him, so I can tell nothing about it. Avocado is saying, at which age I became a GM? 15. I've been 15 when I became a GM, so yeah, quite early. Where you can see the link to our books, just go to our YouTube channel and click on shop. Very, very easy. YouTube channel, shop, and then you will go to Shopify. We have uploaded everything to Shopify. There's a question if I follow the candidates. Yeah, of course. I like very much to follow candidates, obviously. Why not to follow the best players in the world? It makes fun to watch this kind of great games. Our opponent is finally playing something because he's been thinking and thinking and thinking. So he plays b4. And can we take the pawn on a4? Or should we just play the move knight on c4? Quite a nice play, by the way, because he's aiming for this bishop on f4. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea, but still, what happens in case I take here? Bishop on f4, bishop d6. Looks so tricky. It looks so tricky. I think I better just take on b3. It looks more solid. Just play the move bishop on d6. We are targeting the rook, and in case of a5, we put the knight on c4. So beautiful square on c4. This position should be much better now for black, in my understanding, because okay, great knight, great bishop, black pieces are doing better. Maybe it's actually not much better. Yeah, rook g6 is possible. I also saw it, and yeah, maybe I'm wrong by saying that black is better. Maybe the position is just quite unclear. It feels good for black, but who knows. Chess is a crazy game. I think I should be faster, but again, I don't know that. Chess is a crazy game. You might be thinking, I did everything correctly. It looks everything very logical, and then you're just getting crushed. So, chess is a crazy game. Knight on e3, he tries to change my knight. This is making sense, but can we somehow deliver him a checkmate? Because in case he takes on c4, we have this d takes c4, and then rook on g2, because the bishop is here on c6. We should be able, I think, to give him a checkmate. Also, he has very, very little time, yeah, so this game, I guess we will be able to win. Just in case, let's go king on c8, so in case he takes, we take dc, and the bishop is getting strong. Now, bishop on f3. Okay, next move, let's go with the move bishop on c7, with the idea queen on d6. That's it. I think that's it. We're taking on c4. Even this position is already better for black, so we are winning the current game. Queen gets to h2. It must be a winning position now for black. That's it. That's it from the current game. We are winning. Alright, we had a better position after the opening, and then we won. He wants a rematch. I will be accepting a rematch, or I clicked something. No, I clicked wrong. I clicked wrong, so I will abort the game because I wanted to click on rematch, but then there are always so many challenges and then it's rolling and I just clicked wrong. Alright, what to do? What to do? No rematch, so let's go with a new opponent. 10-minute game. Let's see who will be facing the next one. So what do we have in the chat? So much tension in the last game. Yeah, that's true. Let's go with the move G6. Usually I'm not playing the G6, but sometimes it's not so bad. I like to start with the move C6 because still the move D6 or the move D5 is available, so we can play both. Let's see, let's see. And of course, in case you're enjoying my comments so far, push the like button and subscribe to VChess. VChess can become your daily source for chess info. Knight on h6, let's get the knight on f5, let's get the bishop, or if the bishop goes away, we will be pushing c5, queen on b6, many ideas here. I think this setup of our opponent is not the best. We get the knight on f5 very early, so black is usually doing fine now. This should be approximately an equal play. Ooh, he gives us the bishop. g4, what is that? He is not taking us seriously, guys. He's playing with me like I would be an amateur. He gives up on the bishop, he plays the move g4, what is that? What is the move g4 about? h5. g5, what? This is horrible. This is a horrible play by our opponent. I cannot call it differently because I think black is just doing better already. h4 is quite good because the pawn on h3 is going to be an internal weakness. This weakness is going nowhere. Next, we're gonna put the bishop on c5. Black is just doing much better already. What a play by our guy. I have never seen something like this. Bishop takes f5, g4. Wow. Queen on d2. Where is the queen going? No idea. Let's put the bishop here as we wanted. Let's see if he wants to go long castle. Please do the long castle. Our bishop from g7 is going to f8, so we're gonna play the move e6, then bishop on f8, and look at this powerful bishop here. So the bishop on g7 is actually going to be very powerful and very soon. We are doing better. If he's going to long castle, yeah, maybe he is going to long castle, I agree. But we're gonna play the move e6 and then the bishop here. The bishop is joining the game, so e6 of course. Look at that, how beautiful the bishop is going to help black to attack. On the queen side, everything is closed. The knight from g1, I have no idea where the knight wants to go. The h3 pawn is a permanent weakness, which of course is horrible. So all we need to do next is, I guess, start pushing. Let's go. Let's go with a move b5 because I have no idea what is actually the plan of white here. And our plan is super simple. We are going to attack. So let's bring the knight. Maybe this. Or should we do something else? I don't know. It looks all so great. Okay, let's get the knight on b6. Knight is getting here. He wanted to go knight on e3, but this is also not a big help. Even if you take the bishop, I'm gonna take with the pawn, and what comes next? Nothing. So now with the knight on b6, we would like to put the knight on c4, we would like to get bishop f8. This is crucial. In case you see ideas like bishop f8, it means you are already on a good level as a chess player. So now we're gonna play knight on c4. I'm just gonna change the knight because why not to do that? of course, b-pawn. And it's gonna be a massive attack here on the b file. This attack will be, I think, impossible for white to survive something like this. The rook will be always defending the pawn on h3 because the h3 pawn is so weak. And this attack on the b file should be the game over of the game. So we start the attack, rook on b8, queen on b6, and the bishop is coming. The bishop will be joining the game in the most decisive moment. He likes to play this knight on g4, actually quite a beautiful idea by our opponent, just it comes a little bit too late in my opinion. A beautiful play. He wants to give me the h3 pawn to play this knight on f3, but also this is not working because we have the move bishop on g2, so if we want we can take on h3, if we want we can go with the move queen on a5. And I think we are just taking the pawn on a2, so he is going to resign after the move queen on a5 or queen on a6. Is there a difference where to put the queen? I don't think so. So this is, I think, the last move of the game. He literally is going to resign because we are winning the pawn on a2 and we are winning the game. Look at this bishop. Ooh, this is an F. Boom. For a long time we had no F. F means there is a win here for black. Please write your answers in the chat. Let's see who is the first to see the win here. So, no answers in the chat. Is there a win? Do we have the final blow here that we can deliver to our opponent? And our opponent has a very powerful name. His name is Magnus and Fischer. So he is like both. But it is not helping. We are winning with this wonderful queen takes on a3. Look at that. So beautiful because the queen cannot be taken because of the rook on b1 checkmate. Is it not a beautiful last move of the game? Queen takes on a3. Wow, what a domination by the bishop on f5. Very, very good. For those of you who see this kind of tricks, queen takes a3 quickly. Excellent. Excellent. King on d1. We continue eating away the material of our opponent, and yeah. That's not easy. That's not easy to fight here. The next move is a checkmate. That's it. Let's offer a rematch. Yes, we have a rematch. Let's go with the move e4. c5. Knight on f3. d6. Let's go knight on c3 just to try some different move order. And maybe let's go with the move e5. This is not a great play, e5, but again, just to try something new. We haven't been playing e5 so far, I think. So let's go with the move e5, and I think the idea is to play the move bishop b5 in these lines. Personally, I'm not a big fan of all these little lines. I think black is just doing fine here. But of course, it is a try. So I don't know how good of a try it is, but it is a try. So we are taking now on d7, and the idea is to play the move d4 very, very quickly. Idea is to get activity in the early stage of the game. Black has to play very accurately to be alright, but in case black is accurately, of course, black is doing fine. So this is not a gambit, but it's a tricky line, and it's a playable line for white. Let's go, let's go, let's go here. Let's attack the king on e8 next. And now as well, the music got a little bit quicker because we're playing a sharp line. Makes sense. Some weeks ago we had a DJ here with us, DJ Sai, but now Sai disappeared. I don't know, I haven't seen Sai already for a while here on our channel. Sai was a great DJ. Bishop on g5, we are pinning here. Maybe we're gonna take something on d7 next, let's see. Let's see what is gonna happen next. For the moment, black is perfectly fine, but we try to get like slightly better play here with the white pieces. Maybe we will be managing that. Let's see. H6. Interesting. What is happening in case I'm gonna take GF? Alright, this is not so easy. So we will be taking on D7. And I think we have some options with the move D5. This is what I wanted to play, but I'm not 100% sure if this is a good play, but let's see. Let's go with the move D5. We try to get like slightly better endgame somewhere. Not sure if we can, but we will be trying. We will be trying to get like slightly better endgame potentially. I think he has only one choice of play, and it is the long castle, because yes, he does it. And the idea was to take just on E6. This endgame, I don't know, maybe it's gonna be like equal, or maybe we have little chances of being like very little bit better. But in general, he's playing a good game, so good play. Good play by our opponent. Not easy here for white to get a clear advantage, so we are fighting very hard, potentially to be like a little bit better. Now, this is interesting because he let me keep the queens on the board. In his case, I would not do that. I think it's dangerous for black to keep the queens on the board. We know how well knight and queen are operating together, so in most of the cases, I think it's better to go for an endgame in such positions with the black pieces, because knight and queen is absolute powerhouse, so a little bit dangerous. Now we just do the short castle, that's alright. The pawns are doing well here. Rook on d1 next, then we go knight e4, and then the tricks are going to start, so maybe also we can put some pressure on the pawn e6, so we can go like rook on e1. Let's see how the guy is gonna defend. If we can provoke the move e5, this is good, because then the square on d5 is weak, so in theory, if we get the pawn from c to c4 and then knight on d5, that's gonna be a game over. So we might be doing now slightly better, because our opponent did not change the queens. He had to change the queens. Knight, queen, usually better than queen and bishop. e5 by himself. Oh no, what is he doing? He should never let me play rook on d1 so easily. e5 is a big error, because now the d5 square is weak. So we have many ways to be better now with white. Not much, but a little bit better. Knight on d5, of course, without thinking. What is there to think about when you can play the move knight on d5? You just play it, and next is the move c4. And knight on d5 is untouchable. It means white is having quite a serious advantage. With a knight on d5, we will be starting some attack on the king on c8. Alright. Welcome everyone here to our stream on VChess. In case you're enjoying my comments, push the like button, consider subscribing and becoming a member of our educational channels. I'm trying to stream daily. I am streaming almost daily. So join us on our long journey here on VChess. I see a comment. I learned something today. Yeah, excellent. I'm happy to hear that. Step by step, like we say on our channel here on VChess, one smart move at a time. And this is the best you can do in a game. So even if you're a professional player, all you try to do is one good move at a time. So move by move. Rook on g8. Is there something dangerous? I don't think so. So we can calmly play this queen on h5, I believe. With such a knight on d5, we are fearless. Maybe some of you remember the movie with who was it? The movie Fearless. It was with the Asian actor. What's his name? He played also in the movie The One. I forgot what's his name. So there was a movie Fearless, great movie. Alright, queen on h5, attacking the pawn on f5. Potentially we would like to take the pawn on h6 as well. So position starts to fall apart because we have the great knight here on d5. Jet Li, yeah, that's correct. Jet Li, great actor, great movies. Very, very nice. Fearless. I remember when I watched the movie, I said, oof. Great movie. Okay, let's focus now on the game. We are doing very well here. We will be able probably to take one of the pawns. The pressure on the G2 pawn is not very big here. The knight is blocking everything, so we can just simply play the move G3 at some point. Rook on G5, he's provoking us into taking. Why? Why is he doing that? No idea. I take. Is there something I'm missing? Or why he gave us just with the tempo? Pressure? But this pressure can be easily stopped by G3 play. I don't know. I don't know why our friend is doing something like this, so I will be playing the move G3. Is there something tactical that I'm missing? I don't know. I don't see any tactics here for black. Next, we're just gonna double up here on the D file, and it's gonna be almost a game over. And now rook's there. Okay, let's go with the move queen on H3. So we have here the pressure. Never bad to have the pressure. Never a bad idea. So yeah. Alright, alright, alright. Let's see what is going to happen next, but we are doing super well. And here we go next with a daily game against our great VChess community. And because Avocado has sent us such great videos, thanks again, Avocado, for that. Avocado, if you would like to have a game, let us know in the chat. If you would like to play a game. If not, we will be going down the list. So, rook on G4. There is this knight on F6, but it feels almost pity to give the knight for the rook because we have such a knight here. Should we eat the rook? I guess it is a win, and of course, to eat the rook is not a bad idea, but it feels almost pity. What a monster on D5, but yeah, to take the rook is usually what we should do. So next, knight on F6, let's play it. Avocado, are you there? Avocado is usually always with us here. Where is Avocado? Maybe Avocado went to bathroom. Just in the wrong moment, he goes to bathroom. Let's wait a couple of minutes for Avocado to be back. And yeah, if Avocado is busy or not here with us, I will be going down the list. Our VChess community here. Already game over. He just resigns. He resigned a little bit too early, I think. It's a rapid game, so everything can happen. But yeah, he didn't like to play. And next I have on my list is actually our toughest moderator. It is Hadi, because Hadi last time escaped the game by saying he didn't feel so well. Now Hadi, there are no excuses. Hadi is very, very good. He is almost 2300. So Hadi, let me know if you're ready. If you're ready for a fight. Or Hadi is also hiding. Let's see if Hadi is there. Hadi says it's alright. Let's go, Hadi. Challenge me, please, in a 10-minute unrated games, because we're always playing unrated against our chess community. Warm support for Hadi in the chat, please. Hadi is a very, very good chess player, and of course, who doesn't know Hadi? Every one of you here on the channel, you know Hadi. No jokes with Hadi. If you wish him good luck, maybe next time he's not gonna ban you. Let's go, Hadi. Let's play a rapid game. Hadi once almost beat me He had a chance. Of course, we were in time trouble, a little bit time on the clock, but Harry, he was so close to win the game. So, where is the challenge by Harry? I don't see your challenge at the moment, Harry. Maybe Harry is logging in to chess.com at the moment, so we have to show a little bit of patience. And the game as Harry will begin very, very soon. Side is lagging. Okay, no problem, Harry. We will be waiting for your challenge. What is my time? My time is almost midnight. It is almost midnight in the UAE, Dubai. Here is Harry. Let's go. Let's go against Dr. Blonde Man. I'm white. Let's go with the move knight on f3 against Harry. Let's see. So, d5, g3. We're playing recti system or King's Indian reversed. Bishop on g3. Everything is as normal here. e6 also normal. Short castle. This setup is a very, very solid setup. Let's see what Harry does next. We have the move c5 on the board, also normal, and I will be playing with the move d3. There's also the move d4, which is also normal, but I'm playing this kind of King's Indian reversed. By the way, quite a tricky system. So I like to play these positions with the white pieces. I also played it in classical chess. So this is not a bad opening. You might think this is looking bad, but actually it is very, very fighting. The move b5 by Harry also very, very fighting, so it's also not bad because black is usually pushing here on the queen side. Everything is pretty normal here at the moment, and I will be playing next. We have a couple of ways, by the way, to play this current position. I will be playing the current position with the move. Let's go with the move e5. So I will show you something interesting. So we play the move e5, of course the knight goes to d7, and now we counter-attack with the move c4. This is not a very typical play. In most of the cases, white is not playing the move c4, but white is going with the usual rook on e1, knight on f1, knight on e3, knight on g4, h4, etc. I'm trying now to play with the move c4, and Harry plays a6 so quickly. Harry, why do you rush? 9 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock. Position is so complex, and this a6 move, it feels too slow, because usually you should fight in the Sicilian positions for every tempo that you can get. Usually black is taking dc and playing the move bishop b7, so a6 is not a bad play by Harry, but why the rush? Why the rush? cd. Now I'm taking the pawn on d5, and the thing is that we are doing a little bit better now in the center. Still, position is unclear, but here comes an important play. d4. Very, very important. So we try to keep the position of the pawns here centralized. Plus, we're playing against the bishop on c8. So the d4 idea, very, very typical. cd, I think Harry should have gone knight on c6. cd feels a little bit dangerous. The knight is getting here to on d4, and I think the advantage of white is pretty obvious. Bishop on b7 is very solid, but is it a beautiful bishop? Let me know in the chat, what do you think about the bishop on b7? How would you call Harry's bishop on b7? Boom. This is like, there's a saying that it is like a sheep looking at the closed gates. The bishop here, because bishop is so much blocked. Not easy, not easy. I think it's always better to keep the bishop on c8, and even if you play knight on c5, bishop e6, bishop on b7 really passive, so to play with bishop on b7 is very difficult. Harry is a good chess player, yeah, Harry is a good chess player. Alexander here with us. By the way, good evening, Alexander. How are you doing? Alexander is saying bishop b7 has hidden potential, yeah. It might be difficult even to find the potential of bishop on b7 because it's so much hidden. The problem of Hadi, he played way too fast the first moves, and now Hadi is probably thinking, what should I do next with the bishop on b7? But it is already a... I mean, it's a problem. It's a problem to have the bishop on b7, bishop on c5. Hadi tries to do something with a knight on d4. Not easy. Not easy already for our friend. So, what can we do next? We have this knight on f5 idea going for a checkmate. Very, very interesting. I think I'm gonna play it. A knight on f5. The knight can go to d6. The knight might be something with knight takes g7 next. Hadi is under pressure. And it's all because of the bishop on b7, and of course because Hadi played way too fast. It would be better to spend a little bit time before playing, for example, a6 or the move cd. This is what I'm always saying, spend your time wisely during the game. It is so crucial to get this kind of feeling, when should I play quickly and when should I take some time before playing my next move. This could be decisive in some really tough games, because small differences sometimes is all you need to win or to lose. Alexander is saying, feeling crushed after working day, brain doesn't work anymore. Switching context on the stream a little, yeah. I see, Alexander. By the way, what is your job, Alexander? If you want to let us know. What is your job? Alright, thank you very much for all the nice comments. And of course, let's go back to Hadi. Where is the support in the chat for Hadi? He is one of the strongest WeChess members we have. And of course, Hadi is doing a great job on the channel. He is helping us so much. Rook on e8. Attacking the pawn on e5. What can we do here with the white pieces? Is it time to try to give a checkmate? No mercy, of course. No mercy, so I'm always playing the full strengths. Maybe bishop on g5. What do you think about it? Let's see what Hadi thinks about bishop on g5. f6. Good play by Hadi. I think this is the only move that is available. So now I will be taking on f6. But the king is in trouble. Can we get to the black king on g8 somehow? This kind of sacrifices somewhere. Maybe first attacking the bishop, and then we see what happens next. Also interesting, we can get the other knight on d4 to concentrate the power here on the king side. Also interesting to play the move b4 because we're so much better in development that we might be trying to checkmate here. I don't know if it's time to play the move b4. It looks like a very interesting idea, but is it really a checkmate, or maybe it is more of a bluff? Because I'm not so sure about the b4 continuation, even though not looking bad. I mean, it looks interesting. It looks interesting. So, what should we play? Should we go with the move on knight on h4? Let's go with the move. Okay, knight on d4 is for sure better for white, but it feels like we should get more than just better in this position. Hadi is a tough defender, but still, we should be able to do something more than being better. It feels like we should be crushing Hadi somewhere, but maybe we cannot. Let's see. Let me play queen on d2, but I don't like to put the queen here because it's all the time under attack. Maybe let's go with the move queen on c2. Let's go this strange play, queen on c2. I don't like it so much, but I'm getting the rook on e1 immediately, so maybe it's a bad play. I don't know. It looks ugly. Maybe I should just play the move knight on d4 was normal. But I would like to get this action here on the e file, but I don't know. I feel a little bit bad about it. Feels like I'm doing something wrong, but let's see. Let's see what we will be able to accomplish here. Queen on b3. So we have the pressure. If I can control the e-file, that's gonna be very, very good. But Hadi is countering with the move queen on b6. Yeah, very good play by Hadi. Hadi's almost back. Hadi is fighting so well. No. Should we change the bishops? Or do I have something better? I don't think I have something better, so let's go with the move bishop on e3. Hadi is almost back into the game. Yes, this move queen on c2, this was bad. I had a bad feeling playing this queen on c2, and this was a bad play, just... I should have done something else. Now black is slightly worse, but not as bad as before. So, Hadi's fighting like a lion. Still, it is by far not a draw. Very, very long way for accomplishing a draw here for Hadi, so let's continue fighting. King on h8, so Hadi's going away from this potential fork. Makes sense. I think in general, white should change the bishops. This is my usual plan in these positions. But the problem is I don't like this knight on c5 with a tempo. It's not like it's very dangerous, but it's something that usually you try to avoid. We can put something to d4, but then there is knight on g4. So maybe I'm gonna play the move bishop on d4. We have to be cautious with this g6 push. We are doing better, but how to get a clear advantage in this position? Maybe this feels strange, feels a little bit strange, but I don't want to have this bishop c5, knight c5 with a tempo. So let me go back. We will be making a step back, and in the future we're gonna make some kind of steps forward, because I'm gonna change the bishop. So I'm gonna put the knight on d4 or the knight from the f to d4. So still the bishop on b7 is bad. It means still, of course, white is doing better. And we have Alexander saying tech lead. Technical guy Alexander here with us. Queen on d1. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Indeed, Hadi's playing a great game. Hadi had first a difficult position, but now Hadi is back because I played this queen c2. This was bad, this queen on c2. I didn't like it. I had a bad feeling playing queen on c2, and yes, it was a bad move. We should trust our feelings sometimes. Let's see what Hadi is going to play next. Still, the bishop is very bad on b7. We are controlling the d4 square, so in case of d4, we are doing well. Let's go with the rook takes. And of course, knight takes. We are controlling the d4 square. Everything is under control. If I get knight on d4 or queen on d4, obviously, this is this kind of plus equal position. So slightly better for white. That is like eternally slightly better, because the game is going to be very, very long and black will have to suffer here all the time. The bishop is remaining pretty bad, so maybe even 95 might be possible somewhere. Hadi is playing an excellent game. He is a great defender, this I already know. Hadi doesn't like to attack so much, but he is defending very, very well. Avocado is back. Oh, Avocado, you have missed. Avocado, you have missed your chance to play the game. We're gonna play the game tomorrow, Avocado. I've been waiting for you. All of us been waiting for you and waiting for you and waiting. No, Avocado. No, Avocado. So, knight on e5. We are targeting the f7 square. Avocado, we will be playing tomorrow, so tomorrow will be your turn, and we're gonna play now this beautiful bishop on h3. Take a look now at the position of the white pieces. So well positioned, I think. Bishop on here, preventing that kind of knight on e6, and knight on c5 now is under pressure. The knight might go here to e4. But it is so dangerous. Can we get the rook into the game like this? There is this kind of knight here, but so dangerous. Also, I have the queen h4 idea with this little checkmate here. Okay, it's not a checkmate, but it's a fork. I think I'm able to play the move rook c1, because why not to play rook on c1 when we can? Then knight on c5 is under attack. We have this kind of tricks with the move knight on g6 somewhere. This could be a deadly trick if it works. Hadi is under pressure. The problem is the bishop on b7. Always the same problem. If you keep the bishop on b7 for too long, it means you're playing like with a piece down, and to play long game with a piece down, of course, is very, very hard. So the problem remains the bishop on b7. Let me see here. Knight on e4. We have the move rook on c7, and we have this knight f7 check next. Is it a good idea? Because there might be some tricky way that Hadi is preparing. For example, something super tricky like rook c7, knight on d7, attacking the pawn on f2. I think it's still a good position for white, but it is so tricky. Hadi is a great defender. So yeah. Let's see. F2 pawn is under attack. I have to be cautious here. On the other hand, I think it is just working to play the move rook on c7. I think it works, so I will be going for it. Knight on d6 back, so no knight d7, no nothing. Hadi is in the defense. And now we have a beautiful, I think, winning combination. Do we have it? Nah, not yet. Not yet, but we are getting close to a winning position here. I think we have this queen h4 now, no? What do you think, guys? Is Hadi happy to get the queen h4 somewhere? Not very happy, I think. But first, let's go with the move knight on f5, I think. Is it working? I think it is. So knight on f5. We try to get rid of the knight on d6. It's basically like we are playing a piece up, because the bishop on b7 is not participating in the game. So being piece up, normally we should be able to win the game. This is why we're pushing against Hadi, but Hadi is playing very, very good. So very, very good player. Hadi is strong. Take. We're gonna take. Queen on d4 is targeting g7. We have knight on f7 coming next. Hadi under pressure. Rook on c7. Here the bishop on b7 is under attack. Now it starts to hang. Everything starts to hang. Hadi is under pressure, which is normal. With the bishop on b7, so difficult. Hadi fought so well, he just should have thought a little bit longer in the beginning of the game. Bishop on c8, once again a good defense by Hadi, but I think there is just this knight on f7 now. But anyway, I think there's been no way to fight in the position for black, so this bishop here is one of the best. And I think we have a beautiful way, by the way, we have a beautiful way, yeah, sounds bad, but we have a very nice play here to win the game. Look at this. Boom. How do you like this? Bishop takes h7. I don't know if it deserves an f, because we had the easy knight on f7, but to take here looks more beautiful. In case of knight takes, obviously we have the fork. So I think there is only one way. It is to take with the king, because there is nothing left except taking with the king on h7. But as well, after king takes, we have a beautiful win for white. You can write it down in the chat section. How do you win against Hadi after king takes h7? Hadi is taking his time. He sees no defense. He takes finally with a knight. But yeah, there is a check on g6. And of course, now we take the queen, the g7 pawn. That's it. Okay, very good game by Hadi. I think he deserves nice words in the chat. And of course, I will show you in case king takes. We have the queen h4 and knight on g6 with a move queen h8 next. In case you see ideas like that, congrats, very good. Quite beautiful, and again, very good play by Hadi. Hadi, except being too quick in the opening, You've been too quick in the opening. After that, you played a great game, Hadi. Very good defense. You are a great defender. What can I say? Hadi is really good. And of course, never joke with Hadi here on our channel. You will be gone immediately. Even I cannot see that you are gone. Only it will be between you and Hadi, but you are already gone. Just kidding. Hadi is always fair. So, this was the last game of today's stream. I hope you enjoyed my comments. I hope you enjoyed the games we had. And of course, I hope you learned a couple of things. Like, subscribe to VChess, to our educational channel. Tell your friends. I'm almost daily here twice. I have one session at 12 o'clock Dubai time. So, at noon, and one session in the evening. Join us here on VChess to get to the next level as a chess player. We have a great community as well in the chat. Very friendly community as well. Many strong chess players in the chat. So it makes pure joy to be here with you guys. Thank you very much for that. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you tomorrow, as we say on VChess, one smart move at a time. Wish you all still a great day, great evening, great night, wherever you are. Till tomorrow, and bye.